Hey y'all, I got a word tonight. Lord, not my will, but let your will be done. In Jesus' name. The word is long life. Psalms 91, verse 16. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. With long life will I satisfy you and show you my salvation. This is for somebody or somebody's. I know it is at least for someone. Okay, so Psalms 91 is about God's protection and rescue from danger. The Lord promised long life to the person who trusts and actively loves him. God knows who is who, but it's really left up to us what we believe. Psalms 91:16. This is a promise, y'all. Long life. Long life is part of his covenant, his agreement, if you want to say contract, all well and good, between God and his people. Not just for the Old Testament, but it's also for the New Testament. Will somebody please tell me where in the Bible does it say tomorrow is not promised? Where is it at? Tomorrow is not promised. Well, now, if you want to believe that, that's up to you. All well and good. And allow the enemy to come in and snatch up your life or those lives that are around you. Well, all well and good. That's up to you. But I do know that God promised long life. Now, what long life may be for one is not the same for someone else. But God did promise long life. I do know that in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 1, it states, Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Out of all things to believe, why will we choose to believe tomorrow is not promised? I mean, there's many other things to believe, but why that? Well, what it's really saying is don't be bragging about tomorrow, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and what your plans is, and you haven't even considered God, what God think about it. He's not even in the midst of your plans. It's all about what you're going to do. But what is God saying to you? We should be saying, Lord, if it's not your will, let your will be done. Even though we don't know what tomorrow may bring, but to those that know the truth, the living word, he is the word. He and his word is one. I always say that. But in Philippians 2:9 it states, God has highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, not some name, but it is above every name. It doesn't matter what the name is or how powerful the name is. It doesn't matter, as I always say, what position they may hold, what title they may hold. Jesus' name is above all other names. We may not know what tomorrow may bring, but we know the one that holds tomorrow in his hands, and we can trust him. We can trust him. We can trust his word because he cannot lie. He will not lie. He will not fail. Do you know how many times I had to contend for my life? Well, it has been many times. When I had lost all that blood, I had to fight for my life. And you know, the average blood count for a woman is 11.6 gram per deciliter up to 15. Well, do you know mine was all the way down to a 4? At the same time I was sick, there was one of my neighbors that was sick also, but I didn't know this until I had gotten out of the hospital. But what I did know, the spirit of death or the death angel was hovering over the neighborhood, seeking and searching someone or ones that he could snatch from this world. I don't know, maybe she was ready to go. She was tired of fighting. She had enough and she just gave up. I don't know. But I do know what I know. The word. For the word said, when he sees the blood, I will pass over you. When he sees the blood, I will pass over you. It wasn't my time. See, we need to know what's going on and what to do. Everything is not spiritual, everything is not natural, or it could be both. But I do know that God promised you long life. This is for someone. God promised you long life. He said in Psalms 91, verse 16, with long life, I'm saying it again, with long life will I satisfy you and show you my salvation. In Psalms 118:17, it states, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. You got to live and not die so you can make known the acts, the works of God unto the people. So you can give forth your testimony. So you can make known the things that you have seen that God have done for others that have been around you. In Exodus chapter 23, 20 through verse 26, at the end, God had promised the children of Israel, if they would listen to the angel that was going to go before them and not adopt the ways of the people, the ice, he will fulfill the days, the number of their days. And you know, I used to say all the time, years and years ago, I ain't going nowhere before my time is up. I shall live and not die to declare the works of the Lord. See, now this was under the old covenant. What you think about the new covenant? The word tells us we have a new covenant or better covenant established upon better promises. That's Hebrew 8:6. Our problem is we believe and say what they say because it sounds good and it makes us feel good. It helps us to cope with things. It pacifies us because we don't know no other way, but there is another way. Jesus is the way. He is the only way. His word is the way. What did God say to you? What did God say to you? What do the word promise you? In Hebrews 2:14, Jesus destroyed him who had power over death. Okay? He was annihilated. His words are void. In Revelation 1:18, he states, he holds the keys of death and hell. In 3 John 1:2, it states, beloved, this is God talking to you. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper, spirit, soul, and body. Spiritual, natural, materialistic. But see, the thing is, some people are just not about material things. But you know, man, they judge you by the natural. But that's not how God judge you. Just because you got a lot of things in the eyesight of God does not mean you are being prosperous. In Proverbs 18:21, it tells us that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You're going to get what you say. You may even have to eat your own words. Because you know sometimes we do when we're running off at the mouth sometimes. That's why we need to be careful what we say. Mark 11:24 tells us that you can have what you say. He promised you long life. With long life will I satisfy you, he said, and show you my salvation. Long life is included in salvation. It's a part of it.